Welcome to Find Your Balance, an instructional video on the basics of yoga. In this instructional video, we will be covering a brief explanation of the history of yoga, health benefits, the different types of yoga, proper yoga attire and equipment, 5 different breathing exercises. Then we will be giving a demonstration of 10 beginner poses, followed by a demonstration of 10 intermediate poses, and then we will end the video with a mini yoga session. Let's get started. History of yoga. Yoga is more than mastering postures and increasing your flexibility and strength. Historians do not have a definite date for when yoga was originated. However, historians do know that yoga's origination predates the concept of written world history. It is believed that yoga can be traced back up to 10,000 years, and most likely existed well before then, proving that yoga was not created for any particular religion. The misconception that yoga was created by or for Hinduism is entirely false due to the fact that yoga is much older than the concept of Hinduism. In Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, the word yoga means spiritual discipline. Yoga originally focused on applying and understanding the world. Its focus later changed to the self. Self-enlightenment became the ultimate goal. Modern yoga is based on 5 basic principles that were created by Swami Sivananda. The first is proper relaxation. The second is proper exercise. Third is proper breathing. The fourth is proper diet. And the fifth is positive thinking and meditation. Health benefits. In the practice of yoga, there are many benefits that come along with it. Here is a list of just a few. Increased flexibility, increased muscle strength and tone, improved respiration, energy, and vitality, the maintenance of a balanced metabolism, weight reduction, cardio and circulatory health, improved athletic performance, protection from injury, increased drainage of lymph nodes, the lowering of blood pressure, lowering of cortisol levels. It also lowers blood sugar and cholesterol and improves immune system functions and reduces chronic pain. Types of yoga. There are 5 different types of yoga, the first being Bikram yoga. This type of yoga is often practiced in a hot and humid environment where the temperature is about 40.6 degrees Celsius. The second is Hatha yoga. The main purpose of this form of yoga is that it introduces beginners to yoga with basic asanas and relaxation techniques. The third is Vinyasa yoga. The reason why Vinyasa yoga is different from all other forms of yoga is that it includes postures as well as breathing techniques. The fourth is Kundalini yoga. This yoga introduces you to your inner soul. There are about 7 types of yoga chakras included in Kundalini yoga. And the fifth is Anusara yoga. This form of yoga is known as the most spiritual forms of yoga than any other types. It focuses on your inner self, mind, and soul. Proper yoga attire and equipment. In yoga, shoes are not necessary, so leave your shoes behind. If you are feeling uncomfortable performing yoga in your bare feet, then it is appropriate to keep your socks on, but you will probably find without socks that you will have a little bit better traction on the mat. In terms of pants, you want to wear something that is form-fitting so that you or your yoga instructor can see your alignment and positioning. In terms of tops, form-fitting tops are also recommended so your clothes are not flopping around when transitioning into various positions and poses. I recommend a sleeveless top so you or your yoga instructor can monitor the positioning of your shoulders. As long as you are comfortable, have room to breathe, and room to move, that's the best yoga apparel you can find. In regards to gear, really in yoga, all you need is your body. But to enhance your practice, there are a few other things that might make your practice more comfortable for you. With that being said, a calm and relaxing environment and a good yoga mat can be utilized to enhance your yoga practice. A good yoga mat is one with good traction so you have good positioning and are not sliding all over the place. But all the gear you essentially need is your body, an open heart, and an open mind.
Hi, in this part of our instructional video, we will be covering some breathing exercises that are used in yoga. Yoga uses breathing exercises to help with the reduction of stress, anxiety, depression, lower your blood pressure, and helps with sleep. It also helps bring awareness to your body and your well-being. The first breathing exercise that we are going to cover is called equal breathing. Equal breathing calms the nervous system, increases focus, and reduces stress. First, sit in a comfortable position. Close your eyes and bring awareness to your breathing. Once you do this, you are then going to inhale through your mouth or your nose for the count of 4, and then exhale through your nose or your mouth for a count of 4. You're going to continue this repetition for several minutes or as long as you feel calm. So we're going to do this for 3 times. So inhale for 4 counts, and then exhale for 4 counts. And that's how you do equal breathing. The second breathing exercise that we will do is called abdominal breathing. Abdominal breathing reduces heart rate and blood pressure and also reduces stress and anxiety. During this exercise, you are going to lay down on your back, place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. The hand on your belly ensures that you are rising it up and down when you are taking deep breaths to ensure that you are filling your lungs up. And then you continue this for 6 to 10 breaths for 10 minutes each day. So let's try this for 3 breaths. So one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. And finally, take another deep breath in. And exhale. And that is called abdominal breathing. The third breathing exercise that we are going to cover is called progressive relaxation. Progressive relaxation helps reduce anxiety, so it's great if you suffer from panic attacks. So what we're going to do in this one is you're going to lay down on your back, close your eyes, and try to relax every single muscle in your body. Then, when you inhale, you're going to tense up every single muscle in your body from your toes up to your face. And then when you breathe out, you're going to release all the muscles in your body. So you can do this several times, as many times as you want. So we're going to try this for 3 different times. So first, relax every single muscle in your body. Breathe in and tense up every single muscle. And exhale and release all your muscles. So let's do it for 2 more times. So inhale. Exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale and release all of your muscles. So that is progressive relaxation. The fourth breathing exercise that we are going to do is called alternate nostril breathing. Alternate nostril breathing helps calm and bring balance to oneself. So first you're going to sit in a comfortable position. Then you're going to take your right thumb and place it over your right nostril. You're going to inhale deeply through your left nostril. And then once you get to the peak of your inhalation, you're going to close off your left nostril with your right ring finger and exhale through your right nostril. So you're going to repeat this about 3 to 5 times or when you feel relaxed. So let's try it. So inhale, close off your left nostril, and then exhale. So inhale now through your right nostril, close it off, and exhale. And for the last time, inhale, and then exhale. So that is called alternate nostril breathing. For our final breathing exercise, we are going to do something called lion's breath. So lion's breath helps relieve tension in your face by stretching your jaw and your tongue, and it can be done in basically any position. We're going to do this one in a kneeling position, so get up on your knees, and then sit back onto your feet, and place your hands on your knees or on your thighs. So first you're going to inhale deeply through your nose, and then you're going to exhale through your mouth, and then stick out your tongue as far as you can towards your chin, and you're going to make a sound. And you're going to repeat this for about 3 to 5 times. So we're going to do it 3 times. So inhale deeply, and then exhale. Inhale, exhale, and finally inhale, and exhale. And that is called lion's breath.
Hi, my name is Alexa, and I will be demonstrating the 10 beginner poses. First, I will begin with explaining the benefits of each pose, and then I will demonstrate and explain the pose as we go along. The first pose is mountain pose. The mountain pose improves your posture, strengthens thighs, knees, and ankles, and also relieves sciatica.
You will stand with your feet hip-width apart, find a nice way to relax the knees, drop your shoulder blades with a nice standing posture. Then take your hands and open your palms towards the front of your body. Bring your head back just a little, look up, and take a nice breath in and release.
The second pose is downward facing dog. Downward facing dog strengthens your hands, wrists, lower back, thighs, calves, and Achilles tendon. It also decreases back pain, tension, headache, and anxiety.
For this pose, we will start on our shins. Then we will come to all fours, making a perfect rectangle in all dimensions of the body. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath hips. Curl toes under and rise the hips, hinging over, engaging the core. Begin to press your shoulder bones back behind you. Breathe in deep and release.
The third pose is Warrior One pose. Warrior One strengthens the chest and lungs, the shoulders, neck, and back, and it also stretches your thighs, calves, and ankles.
Begin in mountain pose. Then step your left heel back down to the floor and step the right foot forward, bending the knee. Roll your body up, looking at your navel, and reach fingertips up and overhead. Take a deep breath in and release.
The fourth pose is Warrior Two pose. Warrior Two strengthens and stretches the legs, chest and lungs, and shoulders. It also relieves back pain and is therapeutic for sciatica.
Begin in mountain pose. Exhaling, step your left foot far back, bending the right knee so your feet are now 3 to 4 feet apart. Make sure heels are aligned with each other. Raise your arms to the side to shoulder height so they are parallel to the floor. The arms should be aligned directly over the legs, palms facing down. Take a deep breath and release.
The fifth pose is the Warrior Three pose. The Warrior Three pose strengthens the ankles, the legs, the shoulders, and the muscles of the back. It tones the abdominal muscles, and it also improves balance and posture.
Begin in mountain pose. Then shift your weight onto your right leg. Raising your left leg slowly, move down forward, extending your arms straight overhead, as if your body was a hinge becoming parallel to the ground. Hold the pose for a few slow breaths and release.
Take two.
The sixth pose is the tree pose. The tree pose strengthens the thighs, calves, ankles, and spine. It also stretches the chest and shoulder muscles, and it also improves posture and balance as well as relieving sciatica.
Begin in mountain pose. Grab left knee and hover onto it, and take knee and open it like a gate and kick heel towards thigh. You may use your arms to position yourself correctly. Place your arms at prayer to start and relax your shoulders down. Then arms straight up next to your ears. Take a deep breath and release.
Four.
The seventh pose is the dolphin pose. The dolphin pose calms the brain and relieves stress. It also strengthens and stretches the arms and legs, the hamstrings, and the shoulders.
For this pose, we will begin on our shins. Then come to all fours. Simply drop down to your forearms, creating the foundation of the pose and keeping forearms parallel to your body. Curl toes underneath and lift hip to the sky, extending the legs and elongating the back. Breathe in deep and release.
The eighth pose is upward facing dog. Upward facing dog improves posture. It also strengthens the spine, wrists, and ankles. It also stretches the chest, lungs, shoulders, and abdomen.
Start in downward facing dog. Exhale to lower down and lean down on feet while you point your toes. Next, face heart forward, wrap shoulder blades back, and arms can be bent a tiny bit. Raise your head to the sky. Take deep breath in and release.
Action.
The ninth pose is the bridge pose. The bridge pose stretches the chest, neck, and spine. It also calms the brain and alleviates stress. It also reduces fatigue, headache, backache, and anxiety, as well as being therapeutic for osteoporosis and high blood pressure.
For this pose, we will start lying on our back with feet hip width apart. A good measure is if you can touch your fingers to your heels. Pretend there is a glass ball coming underneath your midsection and lift your hips to the sky. Try not to tighten your glutes. Take shoulders back and down and place hands underneath face down on the mat. Breathe in deep and release.
Take 2.
The 10th pose is the child's pose. The child's pose calms the brain and allows the body relaxation. It also strengthens and stretches the back, neck, and arms. It also reduces anxiety and fatigue.
With your back straight, kneel on the mat with your knees separated about as wide as your hips. Then sit back on your feet. Lower your chest onto your thighs and your forehead towards the mat, while extending your arms out in front of you, palms face down. Hold this pose for 20 seconds or longer and breathe deeply.
In this section of our instructional video, we are going to go over some intermediate yoga poses. There's going to be 10 that I will be going over with you. The first one is called awkward chair pose, and it is a standing pose, so please make sure that you are standing. And this pose helps strengthen your thighs. So you're going to first start in mountain pose, which is this, and then you're going to stick your hands up like this. Bend your knees and act like you are trying to sit in a chair, but don't sit all the way down. Keep your back straight and your arms like this. And this is called awkward chair pose. So let's hold this pose for about 3 to 5 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you should feel some tension or burning in your thighs to make sure that you are doing the pose correctly. The second pose that we are going to do is called King Dancer pose, and it is another standing pose. This position helps strengthen your legs, your thighs, your core, and it also helps stretch out your shoulders. So what you're going to do is you can put your balance onto your left foot, so start leaning forward, and then you're going to stick your left hand out. You're going to take your right leg and your right arm, and you're going to grab the inside of your foot, and you're going to raise it up to the ceiling and hold it like this. If it's easier for you, try to fixate your gaze on something that is still, which will help your balance. So let's try and do this and hold it for about 5 to 6 seconds. So put your left foot out, left arm out, grab your right leg, and hold. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can also go onto your right leg. So if you do it this way, then you're going to take your right leg, put all of your balance on your right leg, stick out your right arm, and then you're going to take your left arm and your right leg and raise it up to the ceiling like this. And let's hold it there for about 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is called King Dancer pose. For our third pose, we're going to do half moon. Half moon is the last standing pose that I will be going over. It helps stretch your ankles, your thighs, your core, and your hamstrings. So this pose you can do on opposite feet as well, but we're going to start with our left foot. So take your left leg, put again your balance on your left leg, and then you're going to stick your left arm out, and then when you're going down, try and raise your right leg and your right arm up to the ceiling. So it looks like this. So put all your balance down, start lifting up, and then lift all the way up to the ceiling. And then finally, when you get in a position that you're balanced, stick your head up to the ceiling and hold. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's try our right side. So stick out your right leg, your right arm, slowly go down to the floor, and then lift your left leg and your left arm up to the ceiling, like that. So that is called half moon pose. The fourth pose that we are going to do is called boat pose, and it is a seating position pose, and this helps strengthen your core and your abdominal muscles. So you're going to sit on the ground, and you're going to place your arms out in front of you, and And you're going to lift your legs up to a 45-degree angle, and you're going to hold it. So it looks like this. If this is too hard for you, you can make it a beginner pose, and you can lower your legs down so your calves are parallel to the floor. Then you can hold it like this. And if you want to make it a more advanced pose, you go back into boat pose, and you lower your legs down, and then bring them back up. So whatever is easiest for you. So let's try and hold it for 5 seconds. So lift your arms up, and then your legs to a 45-degree angle, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is called boat pose. The fifth intermediate pose that we're going to do is called hero pose. Hero pose is also a seating position pose, and it helps stretches your thighs and your ankles and also improves your posture. So to do hero pose, you're going to go up on your knees like this, and then you're going to spread your legs apart a little bit. So then when you sit back, you're not seated on your feet, but your feet should be touching the bottom of the ground. And then you just hold it like this and make sure that you sit up straight. If you want to make this an advanced pose, what you do is you slowly lean back till you're on the floor, and you can hold it. So let's just do the regular hero pose. So again, start on your knees, open your legs, and sit back and hold. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is hero pose. The sixth intermediate pose that we are going to be doing is called pigeon pose. Pigeon pose is a seated position pose, but I'm going to show you how to get into it from standing. Pigeon helps stretch your ankles, your thighs, your groin, your back, and it also stretches your chest and your shoulders. So first what you're going to do is you're going to stand in mountain pose, and then you're going to get into downward dog pose, which is like this. We're going to start with our left leg, so bring your left leg up and bend it at the knee, and then try and bring it through your arms, so like this. And then once your leg is here, you're going to stretch your right leg back, and you're going to sit down. Make sure you're not sitting on your leg or your front leg. Make sure that you are balanced in between. So this is pigeon, and to help with the stretch a little bit more, you can bring your elbows down and come to the floor and stretch. So you should feel your legs and your thighs stretching. And then what you're going to do to get out of the pose, take your arms to the ground, try and push up, and come back into downward dog position. And that is called pigeon pose. The seventh intermediate pose that we're going to do is called camel pose. And camel pose is called a back bend pose because you are going to be arching your back and bending backwards. Camel pose helps stretch the front of your body and also helps improve your spine. So what you're going to do is you're going to get up on your knees like this. Bring your hands and touch them to the inside of your feet or where your ankles are. And then slowly bend backwards and stretch your chest out like this and hold. So let's try and hold it for about 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when you come up, make sure you come up slowly so you don't hurt yourself. That is called camel pose. The eighth intermediate pose that we'll be doing is called fish pose. And fish pose is another back bend pose, and it helps open up your chest and your throat. So what you're going to do is you're going to lie down on your back. Place your arms next to your body. Make sure they're not underneath your body. And then with your heels, push your heels down to the ground so you arch your back up the ground. And make sure that your head is tilted back so you open up your throat. So hands on the ground. Push your ankles or your heels into the ground and lift up. So like this, and tilt your head back so you open up your throat. And let's hold it for 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly bring your body down and sit up. That is called fish pose. The ninth intermediate pose that we're going to do is called locust pose. And locust pose is another back bend pose. and it helps open up your chest and helps with your spine. So what you're going to do is you're going to lie down on your stomach, like this. Make sure your chest is lifted, and then you're going to lift your legs and your arms up at the same time. So lift them up like this. And make sure that you tighten your stomach muscles so you can keep your arms and your legs up. And let's hold it for about 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly bring your legs and your arms down. And that is called locust pose. So for our final intermediate pose, we're going to be doing an arm balance pose, and this is called four-limbed staff pose. And this helps strengthen your wrists, your arms, and your abdomen. So what you're going to do is you're going to get down on your stomach, kind of get up into like a push-up position, and then what you're going to do is make sure that your arms are tight to your body, and you're going to push up, and make sure that your feet still stay on the ground with your toes. So you're going to lift up like this, and you have to hold. Okay, so let's try and do this for about 5 seconds. So push your arms together and lift. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go down. And that is called four-limbed staff position. In the last part of this instructional video, you will be able to take part in a mini yoga session. We will do some of the exercises that you've learned about and some of the breathing exercises. So first, take a seated position and get comfortable. We're going to do equal breathing for 10 times. So you can begin whenever you are ready, and I am going to start now. So inhale for 4 counts. And continue this breathing for 5 more times. And take your last breath. Inhale for 4 counts. And exhale for 4 counts. So make sure your body is loosened up, and we're going to start with some of our poses. So stand up and get into downward facing dog, and we're going to try and hold each pose for about 30 seconds. Now that we're finishing up, I want you to then step into warrior 1 position. So we're going to start with our left leg. So bring your left leg forward and step through your hands, and then bring your arms up into warrior 1. And hold for 30 seconds. Okay, and now let's get back into downward dog, and now we're going to use our right foot into warrior 1. So back into downward dog, and then step your right leg through and go back into warrior 1. And hold this for the next 30 seconds. Make sure the side of your foot is going into the ground so that you're not on the whole entire foot. And now we're going to go into warrior 2. So So bring both to the side, your arms, and hold it there for 30 seconds. And sometimes to help you focus your gaze, you can look down your arm into your fingers and straight forward. And now we're going to do reverse warrior. So you're going to bring your left arm back and your right arm above. And now let's try and go back into downward dog position, and we're going to do reverse warrior 2 with our other leg. So back into downward dog, bring your left leg forward, back into warrior 1, then bring your arms into warrior 2, and reverse warrior. And make sure you're stretching your arms out so you get the full effect. So 5 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then come back up into mountain pose. Now we're going to do open triangle. So we're going to first use our left leg. So make sure your left leg is out. Bring your left arm down and bring your right arm up. And hold it there for 30 seconds. And make sure through your poses you are breathing properly. You're not holding your breath. And now we're going to do our open triangle bind. So bring your arm back and hold it. Okay, now come back to mountain pose, and we're going to do our opposite leg. So step out with your right leg. Bring your right arm down and your left arm up. And bring your left arm behind you for our extended ankle bind. Okay, now come back to mountain pose. And let's take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. One more time, deep breath in and out. Okay, now we're going to go into chair pose. You can do the regular chair pose, or you can do the awkward chair pose if you want to make it an intermediate pose. It is up to you. So remember to bend your knees, sit back like you're sitting back in a chair, and raise your arms up. If it's too much for you to sit down too low, you can come up a little bit, so if it's easier on your knees. Hold it for 5 more seconds. Now you're going to bring your hands into prayer position, and we're going to do chair with a prayer twist. So you take your arms, and you're going to bring your right elbow to your left leg. So like this, and hold. Make sure you're taking nice deep breaths. And bring your hands center with prayer position, and now we're going to do our right side. So bring your left elbow to your right knee, and hold. And come back to your center, stand up, and then come into mountain pose, and we'll take another few deep breaths in and out. So take a deep breath in, and out, bring your arms down. Bring your arms up, and bring your arms down. And again, up, and down. Now we're going to go into tree pose with our mountain hands. So we're going to go onto our left leg, and you're going to bring your right leg up. Make sure that you find balance, and bring your arms up. And again, if you want to help you with your balance, you can try and gaze into something that is still, so you aren't moving around and wobbling. And let's bring our hands into prayer position. And we'll hold it here for another 30 seconds. If you lose your balance, you can step out, take a break, and then come back into our tree pose. Come back to mountain pose, and we are going to do our right leg now. So find your balance again, and stand on your right leg, bring your left leg up, and we're going to do our tree pose with our mountain hands again. So find your balance on your right leg, bring your left leg up, and bring your arms up. And 10 more seconds to go. And bring your hands down to prayer position, and we'll hold it here for another 30 seconds. Okay, now you can bring your leg down, move your feet a little bit, and we're going to take 3 more deep breaths in and out. So, deep breath in, And exhale out. Deep breath in. And exhale out. And last time, deep breath in. And exhale out. And at any time, if you find any of the poses a little too much for you, you can always go back into child's pose or just sit down and take a drink of water until you're ready to perform the other poses. So now we're going to move into our king dancer pose. So first we're going to go onto our left leg. So I'm going to face you this way so you can see the position. So put your left leg out, and before we go into the full king dancer pose, we're going to do a king dancer prep. So you're going to stand on your left leg. You can put your left arm out, and then bring your right leg up, and then hold it with your right arm. We're going to hold it here for 30 seconds. And to help with your balance, remember just you can gaze straight ahead onto something that is not moving, and make sure to tighten up your muscles so everything is pretty still. And 10 more seconds. Now we're going to go into our full king dancer pose. If it's too much for you, you can stay in the king dancer prep pose. But if you want to try the more advanced pose, then you're going to bring your leg up and keep your balance. If you can't hold it for 30 seconds, that's okay. You can put your foot down and relax a bit and then try and get back into the position. Okay, if you want, you can do your other leg, so we'll just do a quick segment of that. If you want to hold the poses out longer, you are more than welcome to. So now we're going to use our right leg, and we're going to do our king dancer prep pose again. So bring your left leg back and your left arm, and your right arm out, and hold. And if you want, you can bring it now into the full king dancer pose. So bring your left arm and your left leg up and hold. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so now that we're going to start closing up our session, let's bring our hands into prayer position. Take a nice deep breath in and out and in and out and one more time in and out. You're going to fold your body down and hold the stretch. Take a deep breath in and out. Now you're going to bring your legs up to your thighs, and you're going to push your back up into an arched back position and hold and take a nice deep breath in. And out. And again in. And out. So now we're going to go into plank position. So make sure you get on your hands and knees. It's basically like a push-up position. And you're going to hold it there for a second. And now we're going to go into downward dog. And hold. And now you can sit on your mat and go into child's pose. if you want to help stretch some of the muscles, you go into child's pose. You can separate your legs a little bit and sit back onto your feet, and it helps stretch your back and your legs and your arms. Now let's take a deep breath in and out and in and out. And now we're going to lay in corpse position, and this is when you can just lay down and relax, and you can do this for a few minutes, however long you want, and you can even practice some of the breathing exercises as well. So let's lay down in corpse position, and that will be the end of our video. So we'll take 5 deep breaths in and out. So close your eyes, make sure you're relaxed, and deep breath in and out. I hope you enjoyed our mini session for yoga, and I hope you keep practicing.
Let's have a quick review on everything you have learned thus far. History of yoga. In Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, the word yoga means A. Health and relaxation, B. Bodily postures, C. Spiritual discipline, or D. None of the above. The correct answer is C. Spiritual discipline. In Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, the word yoga means spiritual discipline. Modern yoga is based on 5 principles. Which principle does not belong? A. Proper exercise, B. Proper clothing, C. Proper diet, or D. Proper breathing. The correct answer is B. Proper clothing. Proper exercise, proper diet, and proper breathing are all part of the 5 principles of modern yoga. Types of yoga. This type of yoga is often practiced in a hot and humid environment. A. Hatha yoga, B. Bikram yoga, C. Vinyasa yoga, or D. Anusara yoga. The correct answer is B. Bikram yoga. Bikram yoga is often practiced in a hot and humid environment. Blank yoga introduces beginners to yoga with basic asanas and relaxation techniques. A. Kundalini yoga, B. Anusara yoga, C. Bikram yoga, or D. Hatha yoga. The correct answer is D. Hatha yoga introduces beginners to yoga with basic asanas and relaxation techniques. This form of yoga is known as the most spiritual. A. Hatha, B. Vinyasa, C. Anusara, or D. Kundalini. The correct answer is C. Anusara. This form of yoga is known as the most spiritual. Breathing exercises. This beginner breathing exercise has the same inhale and exhale counts. A. Progressive relaxation, B. Abdominal breathing technique, C. Lion's breath, or D. Equal breathing. The correct answer is D. Equal breathing. Equal breathing is an exercise that has the same inhale and exhale counts. This breathing exercise relieves neck, jaw, and face tension? A. Lion's breath. B. Abdominal breathing technique. C. Alternate nostril breathing. Or D. Progressive relaxation. The correct answer is A. Lion's breath relieves neck, jaw, and face tension. Breathing exercises in yoga help reduce A. Stress, B. Anxiety, C. Blood pressure, or D. All of the above. The correct answer is D. All of the above. Breathing exercises in yoga help reduce stress, anxiety, and blood pressure. Beginner poses. What is this pose known as? A. Branch, B. Field goal, C. Tree, or D. Knee out. The correct answer is C. This pose is known as tree. This is the blank pose. A. Warrior 1, B. Warrior 2, C. Warrior 3, or D. None of the above. The correct answer is B. Warrior 2. This beginner's pose is known as the blank. A. Mountain pose, B. Pigeon pose, C. Warrior 1, or D. Upward facing dog. The correct answer is A. This beginner's pose is known as the mountain pose. Intermediate poses. This pose is the A. Queen dancer, B. King dancer, C. Hero, or D. None of the above. The correct answer is B. This pose is the King dancer pose. This pose is known as the A. Fish, B. Plank, C. Horse, or D. Half moon. The correct answer is A. Fish. This pose is known as the fish pose. Thanks for watching our instructional video on the basics of yoga. We hope you found our video along with our handout informative on the practice of yoga. Please continue back to www.findyourbalances.com and complete our survey and let us know how your Find Your Balance experience was. Thanks and have a great day!